Hey guys, Ocarina Hero here, and today we are going to be unboxing and building this Lego Wally and Eve set. You also get Mo on the end there. There you go, there it is. So there's been a Lego Wally set before, which I've had since it came out, but they never gave us Eve before, which is a real shame. So here we are, after several years of waiting, we finally have an Eve. A bit noisy when I get the bags out. Bag one, that's what we're after, and set one of the instructions, which I'm guessing is going to be Wally. I presume you build Wally first. It looks like you do build Wally first, so I don't know how well the instructions are going to come out on here, but let's find bag one. So not exactly our usual videos. I have made some Lego videos before, if you ever watched any of them. I don't know exactly how easy it's going to be yet to talk and build Lego. I'm sure last time I tried to do this, I made a few mistakes, but we'll see how it goes. Might be alright. So what do we need? One of these, and one of these, like that. First bit. So the first thing we are building is Wally's little trash cube that he has in his crush compartment in the middle. So if you've never seen the film Wally, I would strongly suggest you go and watch it. It's a Disney film. It came out quite a few years ago. But yeah, Wally is left... Well, the human race leave Earth because they've basically made a mess of it and they have filled it with rubbish. And robots like Wally and others get left behind to clean up the planet. So Wally picks up trash and then he crushes it in his belly and he makes little towers out of cubes. And that is what Wally does. That piece. And we need one of those, a little can lid. These are really cool. So little drink can lids, if you can see it there. Just like that. And we need that. And another one of those. And another little can lid. Little curve. Triangle piece. Right. So yeah, so the gist of the film, anyway, Wally's there to clean up, essentially. And so the humans are on a they're on a spaceship, sort of touring around. The idea is the robots will clean up the planet and then the humans will come back once they've done it. I don't want to spoil the whole film for you, but long story short, it takes a really long time before the planet is usable again. So they are on a spaceship for a really long time. But yeah, definitely worth going to check out if you've never seen it. There's loads of these can lids. These are really cool. Loads of them. That goes. So we've got this piece that way. Like that. I think that's it. Yeah. So there's Wally's little trash cube. Quite cool. So we'll put that to the side for a minute, and then we are building Wally now. So you need this big square bit. A few black bits. Like that. One of those. No, not the right bit. See, there you go. Sometimes when you're talking, you make mistakes. I build Lego all the time, so I am quite competent at building it, but when you're concentrating on two things at once, you do make mistakes. That bit. Like that. Is that bit. What am I looking for? 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. I don't think it's quite as big. So if you've ever, I don't know if you've ever seen the previous Wally set they released. I've got it somewhere. I might be able to do a size comparison eventually when it's built. But I think this Wally is slightly smaller. Just as detailed, maybe even more detailed. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to have a look when we've built it. But yeah, we've never had an Eve before, which I've wanted for a long time. And Lego have finally done it. I was actually considering, you can get a fake Lego Eve online. I was considering buying one of those, but just as I was thinking about it, Lego announced that this set was coming out. So here we are. That bit. Ooh, tricky bit. Red. That. Alright, knock the camera a bit. What's that? One of those, one of those. That bit. Not sure yet whether there's lots of printed bits on Wally. You look on the front, so he's got his name here, all these bits. I'm not sure if they're... Actually, they can't be stickers. I haven't seen any stickers yet. So hopefully they're printed blocks and not stickers, because stickers are really annoying in Lego. I much prefer the printed blocks when they do them. Looks much nicer. Plus stickers, it's always a nightmare getting the stickers lined up right. If you don't line them up right, they're really annoying. Right, there's that. Now we need 2 of these. One there. One there. 2 of these. One there. One there. 2 of these little grey things. Yeah, we're getting through. Nearly done with bag 1. Up there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 of these. That's my little brick separator. I haven't needed that yet. But if you make a mistake, you might need it. That's that piece. One of those. Make sure it all goes on the right way around. Don't want to make any silly mistakes this early on. One. Oh no, just one. Yeah. There's me looking for another piece when it does just say 1. One of those. Another one of those. That goes in there. That needs to be in the middle. That piece. Ooh, tricky bit. That on there. And then Like that, I suppose. Looks right. And then another one of these over there. Not sure exactly. Oh, this must be like the neck joint, maybe, where Wally's head attaches. So that's for his, presumably that will be for his head to go up and down. Right, what do we need now? A little bridge piece over here. Those. Two of these. Ooh, Wally yellow. First time we've put a piece in, I think that's the right Wally yellow colour. Orangey yellow. 1, 2. Three, 4. Oh, that's using up some pieces. Oops. There's a kind of pieces falling off. That bit. 1, 2, 1, and one of those. So where does this piece go? That piece goes there. Is at the back. That bit. I think that's, is that going to be it for bag 1? Right, there we go. We're on to bag 2. I'm going to cut the video here. And I will be back with bag 2. Welcome back to bag 2 of building Lego Wally. I haven't decided yet. Depends how long it takes, whether this is going to be one long video or whether to break it up into sections. So I've cut the video there. So if this is in sections, welcome to the video. And if it's just a continuation, and I hope you're still here, then please feel free to continue watching. There's a lot of fiddly little bits in this one. So bag 2. So we've already made this cube, and we've made Wally's little trash cube, which is my favourite bit so far. So we need, it's always tricky finding the bits when you first start because there's so many. We need one of these and 1, 2, 3 of those. So now we're putting the cube on its side, and we're starting here. So 1, 2, 3, and one of those. Now we need 3 squares and 2 little domes. So 1, 2, 3. That bit. Next page. So we're keeping the cube on this side, it looks like. So now we need one of these, and one of these. And I said in the previous bit that I was wondering about whether they were stickers or printed bricks, and all these little pieces are printed bricks, which is good because I'm not a fan of the stickers. There's loads of them here. I'm not a fan of stickers. Is that the Wally bit? Look at that. There's the Wally logo on a nice printed brick. Because I am not a fan of stickers. They always, you always feel the pressure to get them just right. And, sometimes they're fine and sometimes they're not fine. And it really annoys me when they are not fine and they don't go on quite how you hoped they would. Right, here we go. Next bit. So, that's it. Always the hardest, finding the first couple of bits. And then once you found a couple, you get into a rhythm, don't you? That one. And another one of those. Another one of those. So we're kind of building the same bit as a minute ago, just the other side. And that's going to sit right there, like that. Oops, no good, chucking Lego bits everywhere. One of those, one of those. So that goes there. That piece goes there. One of those, one of those. That goes there. That piece goes there. Like that. We need one of these. One, two of those. And two. Oh, where's the other one? Two of those. This must be like the bit for Wally's the flap at the front that opens up, I'm guessing. I could be wrong. That bit. Ooh, angled bits. So one, two of the small ones. Why can't I see the big one? There's the big one. That goes in the middle. Like that. Goes there. That bit. Now we need two little yellow ones. Two of those. And two little hooky things. Yeah, so there you go. So what we're actually making here then is the little, it looks like the hydraulic bit. So on his little trash compactor in the middle is these little hydraulic bits. And that is clearly what we're trying to make there. One of those, and one of those. So now we're on, better check them on the right side. Headpiece up. That goes there. That goes there. And that goes there. Now we need one of these. One of these. That's a strange bit, I've not seen that before. One of these. So we need that piece into there. That piece into there. How about that? Oh, it'll actually move, will it? Very clever. So now what? So we need Wally this way. That attaches onto there. I'm sure that'll be fixed in at some point. Quite clever. One of these. One of these. Two of those. It makes me laugh how different people have like different names for bits of Lego. You know, like flat, smooth. You know, discs, dots. Everyone has their own name for pieces of Lego, and probably not everybody else would understand it. Which makes me laugh. Here's that piece. Put Wally to the side just for a minute. 1, 2. Oh, now we need 3 of these with little printed lines on them. So like that. So we're making part of his sort of shell, if you will, body. And one underneath. printed bricks are so much better. Look, the stickers are terrible, but the printed bricks, every one of them is exactly as it should be. So let me know in the comments whether you're a fan of Lego stickers or not. I'm personally not a fan of them, but you know, some people might be. There's the Wally bit. If you're a fan of the stickers, then that's, you know, that's fine. They're just not for me. I find it quite stressful getting them on just right, and then if you don't get them on just right, you know, I'm always annoyed now to take them off and do it again. But if you take your time, I mean, it's usually get them right first time, but not always. Okay, so now we have the front here. We're attaching the flap like that. It's quite cool. What have we got next? One of these, and one of these, one of these. Oh, now on the far side of it, trying to straighten out. It's a strange looking bit underneath. And then flip it over. Like that. Is that a piece? Oh, now we're supposed to close the flap. And we need one of these, one of these. Where do they go? So that lines up with that. That lines up there to strengthen up the hinge. And then we need one of these and two of those. That's that bit. Long one of those, and one of these. So that goes down there. That goes up there like that. One of these, one of those. So now we are working on the other side of Wally, aren't we? Now we're making another little arm. Right. It goes in like that. One of these. So now we're building this almost the same thing, but the other side. Right, so now I'll flip that over. One in there. There. We are nearly at the end of bag 2 now. If anyone's still watching. Oh, I made a mistake. It's bound to happen sooner or later. That piece. Now we're going to put it on. So, one of those and one of those. That bit. So yeah, this, I would say this is definitely looking smaller than the original Wally. Ooh, now we're doing some instruments and bits on the front here. I'll try and do a little size comparison later on, but I'm sure this is smaller than the original one. There's Wally's little indicator, it's his solar level. You see his solar charge level. Ooh, now we're on to bag 3. So I will cut the video there and then I will be back in a minute with the next bag. So welcome back to bag 3. If this ends up being one long video, then it won't matter. I hope you're still here watching. And if I end up cutting it into parts, then welcome to the video. We are now on bag 3 of Wally. Oh, look at that, there's loads of Wally's treads. So we must be building the treads at some point in this one. That might take a few minutes. Quite a satisfying sound when the Lego comes out the bag, I think. Bit weird, I know, but so this is what we built so far. There's Wally's little flap for his trash compactor. What do we need? One of these, one of these. One. I said before, always worth trying to find the first couple of pieces you need. That piece. When there's loads of Lego on the floor, it's always tricky finding the first couple of pieces, but as you start to get through it, it gets a bit easier. That one. And same on this end. Yeah, that's what we've done so far. 1, 2 of those. that bit. That's really cool. Another printed brick. I said before, that's my favourite bit about this. I'm not a fan of Lego stickers, but so many Lego sets do have them now. That bit. So Wally needs to be pointing up, and it looks like it sits kind of in the middle. Oh no, it sits on that edge there. Like that. That's it. I think that's right. Ooh, wonder what we're building now. We're going to start building the treads, I think. Might be a bit fiddly. So bear with me if I'm not talking too much during this bit, but you have to, I don't want to make too many. I've already made a mistake, haven't I, there? You're not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be. Use my brick separator. There you go. See, that's what happens when you talk and you're not concentrating. I've got my brick separator stuck. That is supposed to be. What have I done wrong here? I've got it the wrong way around. That's the problem. So let's start again. So that should be through there and through there. That's better. That should be in there, like that, and then the black one should be in there. There you go. Easy mistake to make. And you belong in the middle, like that. Right, there's that bit. One of these on the end. So yeah, we're definitely building towards the treads now because it's more technical. That can't be right. What have I done wrong here? That doesn't look... Ah, silly. Like that, see? Something like that. You need to be concentrating, or mistakes will be made. One of those on the end. That is that piece done. Now we need a smaller wheel. That bit. Put that to the side for a minute. We're starting again with another piece. That through there. That through there. One of these here. And lots of little bits for the treads to sit on, I think. Must be, looks right, although it is easy to make a mistake with the slightly more technical bits. Now I need 28 of these. Wow. 28 of the treads. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Right, I'm going to come back once I have built this because 28 of these is going to take a few minutes. Right, there you go. 28 treads all put together. Now we just have to figure out how they go around. Shouldn't be that difficult, hopefully. There you go. It's actually quite smooth, I think. So now we need Wally facing the right way, which is that way. And they should just press into there like that. And we're getting somewhere. So, what's next? Building the other side. So that goes through there. That also goes through there. That bit. So this is almost the same bit as before, it's just obviously the other way around. For the other side, where the other set of treads go. Excuse me. That bit. Now we're building a couple of wheels again. Another wheel, slightly smaller one this time. Love to know who works out all these sizes, you know, like how many treads and how spaced out. The people that build these models are really clever because I don't think I could do it. It's very technical. Yeah, imagine the people that come up and design these models that we all want. You're just looking at piles of bricks and coming up with a way of putting them together to look like Wally. Very clever. So now we need these. Now we're back onto the treads, don't worry. I have already, well, in my little break, I made all the treads. It took ages, as you might imagine, but I thought it would, so I thought I'd better do it off camera. Nobody's going to want to sit there and watch me. Nobody might want to sit there and watch me build Lego, but definitely nobody wants to sit there and watch me put treads together forevermore. That doesn't feel, oh no, pretty smooth. There you go, look at that. That is those treads. Now we're putting them on the other side of Wally. There you go, Wally is starting to come together. That is that bit. Oh, gotta build 2 of these. We are nearly done with bag, I don't know what this was, bag 3, I think. What do we need? Well, why can't I find it? Two of them. So we're going to do, rather than just keep going back and forth, I'm going to build them at the same time, seeing as we need 2 of them. I'm going to try anyway, as long as I don't make any mistakes. That bit. Do the same to this one. Oh, now we need these pieces, and we need to get the lines going the right way. Oh, missed a piece. Oh. We will need those bits. These are obviously Wally's arms, I suspect. Or part of his arms, anyway. Yeah, like that. That one. Now we need to make the same thing again here. One of those. One of those. One of those. Cool. It's Wally's little hands that are sort of open and close. Very clever. Finish this other one. And then I presume I'll build Wally's head at some point. That must be the next little bag, I would imagine. So, bring him back. Shows that bit facing like that. Like that. To make it look like the instructions. Oh yeah, and then we're on to bag 4. So that's what we've got so far. Wally on his treads and his little arms going. Put them forward. And I will be back with bag 4. Welcome back. We are now on bag 4 of Lego Wally. Don't worry, this one's not a very big bag. There's still got quite a few pieces in it. But this must be Wally's head. Ah, there it is. So now we are building Wally's head. So I need that piece, the little brown stick through there, like that. One of these off that way. This one of his eyes. A little spoiler for what's coming up. One of his eyes. One of those. Blue stick. Oh, hold on. Missed a step there, haven't I? Got that right? That looks right. So now that goes on the body. There should be quite a click when it goes on. There you go. Like that. And now we are building the head. Yeah, one of those. Oh, that is the sound of my phone ringing downstairs. Ignore that for now. That bit. One of these on there. That. Right, then we put that to the side for a minute. Build the next bit. 1, 2, 3. One of those. One of those. That goes on. Oh, will go on like that. 2 of these. I think we're making the eye, like his little eye stalks right now, actually. Looking at this now, and now it's coming together. I think I know what we're making. Piece. Yeah, definitely making the eye bits here. So that goes that way. Like that. So there you go, see it on there. See the eyes go up and down a bit. Right, on to the next one. So one of these. One of these. If you've stuck with me this far, thank you for watching. We are nearly there with Wally. One of those. Why can't I find the right bit? Be here somewhere, I just can't see. There it is. That bit. That. Oh, hold on. I've missed a step. Need this piece. 1, 2, 3 of these. Like that. One of those. One of those. Then we need to put it on the side. So there's the beginnings of Wally's eyes when we get there in a minute. One of these. Oh, now we're making his he's got this little, like a cockroach, I think, that sort of, oh no, we're not making that, never mind, forget what I said. You'll see that at the end. So now we're making the back, so his little, the back of his eyes, where it's kind of wired, bit of wire between the two, because he's a robot. There you go. That bit. You'll see what I was talking about at the end. I've seen it on the box, but spoilers. We'll get there in a minute. That's a strange one. I don't know if I've ever seen that piece before either. Not sure what this piece is we're making now. I'm sure it'll all become clear in a minute. So I'm just trying to get the eyes the right way around. And that goes like that. Slightly confusing bit, hang on. On the lower one this side. Oh yeah, there you go. So there's his first eye. And now presumably we're going to make another one. One of these. One of these. So we're very nearly there with Wally. Which is a good job because I need to get up in a minute. I can't sit on the floor for much longer. My legs are hurting. As you get older, you can't you can't sit on the floor and play Lego for quite as long as you used to when you were younger. We call that Lego leg in our house. Made a mistake there. Hold on. Right at the top. Turn it over. There you go. Right, one last little piece to make. And this is the bit I was talking about earlier on. So Wally has this little, like a cockroach, I think, that kind of lives with him in his little house. And he rides on him sometimes when he goes and does his job. And that is what he looks like right there. So he sits. Fiddly put it under the eyes, so he sits right there. And Wally's little trash cube, I don't know how can he hold on to it? He can hold on to it somehow, I suppose. A bit of there we go, so he can hold on to it. So there is this to the side. There is Wally. Eyes move up and down. Arms move. There's his little trash piece, and he's got his flap at the front, if I can get it open, which the cube also fits in, and working treads. So there we go. There is Lego Wally built. And if you've been with me and made it this far to the end, thank you very much for watching. Please like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. There he is. I will see you next time. Goodbye.